Star Report. I'm your host, Troy Terrain, PKA Star. It is Tuesday afternoon, research edition, okay? The title, Graduation Celebrations Are Spiraling into Chaos Due to Disruptions. I don't see nobody getting shot and stabbed and sliced. Okay, so they turning up and people are catching speed knots and wheel kicks and uppercuts. Okay. Regular shit. I have to keep it real with myself. I sit here and I play the video of those beautiful little babies in Trenton, New Jersey, the Croc twins. They're just having fun. They ain't hurting no goddamn body. In the community section of the Star Report, under Post, I put a receipt there for you so you can know that not only does Star, PKA Troy Terrain, talk it, but I walk it. There's an article there from 1990. 1990, when I was appointed National Director, Virgin Records, Alternative R&B. And my focus was Black college radio stations. I've traveled all through America, folks, and I've been to, personally, maybe over 40 HBCUs. There's the receipt in the community section. It's one of my proudest achievements. Fuck radio, fuck Hot 97 and all that other goofy shit. I've been out here for a lot of years, living my life, living a great life. I stayed in an airplane, sleeping in airports, every place from the 5th Ward in 1990 to Bozeman, Montana, all through California, Hampton University, of course, Howard, and all these other places. Troy Terrain was there. I've been to celebrations, graduations. I witnessed the step shows and some of the stuff I forget the names of. Who does that? Is that the Q Dogs or who is that? Beautiful. In person, I was there. Black people celebrate differently from how Caucasians, Hispanics, and Asians celebrate. Some people are ashamed of their blackness. They want the approval of white folks. White folks will never, ever, ever give you their approval. They don't even want you living around them. I'm going to take the long way around today because I see nothing wrong with these young people doing, what are they doing? Dropping down, getting the eagle on, drop it like it's hot, backing that thing up. Yeah. What better time to do all that shit? I just graduated. I don't give a fuck. If I had a daughter or a son and they graduated, I would encourage them to do something on the stage. Goddamn, all the money I spent on you, do something that's going to be memorable. You don't have to agree with me, but what I'm not going to entertain is coons ashamed of how black people celebrate certain things. Does that make any sense? Good afternoon in the live chat. You don't have to agree with me, and I hope most of you don't agree. Call in and let's have a conversation. Fuck the algorithm today. I can't be a hypocrite. Hell, I dropped out of high school. I was so arrogant, confident, conceited, convinced. 12th grade, George Washington High School, Uptown Manhattan. I'm sitting there with 90% Dominicans in the school. I said, what is this shit? I learned this in 7th grade in private school in New Jersey. I'm out of here. So I dropped out. I don't need no goddamn diploma. You may have a good argument if you call and say, no, Star, they're doing too much now. Okay, well, that could be true. Well, you've got these goddamn mobile devices where everybody's a rat and a fucking snitch. People are filming with the intent to put videos up on social media and say, they ghetto. And the main ones who'd be saying that are those who will get up on goddamn Instagram or TikTok with a fucking bonnet on. Saggy titties. Calling other people names. I cracked a bottle of wine here earlier for you today. Good afternoon in the live chat. How you guys doing? We're going to talk about a few topics. I'm feeling good. I'm recharged. Unless you have video footage of people fighting, not fighting, shooting and, slashing people. A lot of those HBCUs, again, that I've been to personally. Read the article. It's in the community section. I went there. They take a lot of money, government money, and they squander it. They don't even spend half of that money on what they're supposed to by way of black education. They pay consultants millions and millions and millions of dollars. I'm going to show you a couple of videos that shows history of young black people dancing and all sorts of things as they come on the stage. Again, I've been there in person. I was at Ruston, Louisiana in 1990 when Grambling University, their radio station went from 10,000 watts to 50,000. I was there. We were up in some type of roller skating ring. It was beautiful. To me, it was beautiful coming from Scotch Plains, New Jersey. How did it now become such a bad thing? Well, if I had to guess, the dominant society wants to once again make black celebration look like something bad and dangerous. Kids, I'm old. I want you to know how old I am. That's why I tell you all the time. I remember white people were fighting, brawling, stabbing each other in Daytona Beach, long before black kids were even allowed to go down there. Miami Beach as well. Now the black kids go, oh, it's a problem. This has got to stop. Who remembers that little cracker up in Connecticut? Was it Adam? What was his name? Is it Lanza? I don't have time to Google right now. Shut up babies. And the dominant society kept saying he was highly intelligent, withdrawn. He just shot up over 15 children. How the fuck is he highly intelligent? The point is, if there is a point, maybe I'm not making a point, maybe I'm just rambling. When black people do something, they want to shut it down and then take it. And then take it, and then you'll see white kids in movies and on television, popping their booties. Then it'll be cool. The same way, and again, I'm old. They tried to condemn shout-outs. Anybody that old? Anybody that old? Salute to the homie, Red Alert, Chuck Chill Out. I never did shout-outs, but, it was beautiful in essence. Uncle Ralph McDaniels. That's a black art form, a creation. Then all of a sudden you heard white radio stations throughout the goddamn country, hey, call in for your shout-outs. Again, you may have a much more updated approach. I'll respect that. No, Star, it's out of control. They're stopping the graduations and people can't get their degrees. Well, wait. Wait until we all get through this shit. We're going to be here all goddamn day. I've been studying for these finals for fucking weeks. Making sacrifices. My parents had to do a reverse mortgage, pawn the jewelry and all sorts of shit. I got my degree. Before I get to the showrunner, I just want to say something else with regards to some of you who, you may think different, and that's fine. That's fine. Some of your grandmothers, in 1990, again, when I was appointed National Director of Virgin Records, Alternative R&B, some of your grandmothers at those HBCUs that I went to were fine as fuck. Lord Jesus. Anybody ever see pictures of their grandmother back in the days? In 1990, to be specific. Again, that's when I was traveling. Your grandmothers were not wearing lace fronts and 2 inches of makeup. They didn't need it. They had on the door knockers. Those were earrings. Fine as fuck. I went to step shows. I've never had any rhythm, but I'm trying to catch the groove. It's fucking beautiful. I had 3 girlfriends. Each one of them looked like Beyonce. I'm being as serious as colon cancer. There were many of your grandmothers who looked just like, if not, and I say this with all due respect, better than Beyonce or Kelly. Down there in Texas A&M and those other schools. What I'm trying to say is that the experience itself was fucking beautiful. Graduating and me witnessing those celebrations and ceremonies at HBCUs. Something else I was going to say. I drew a blank here. Anyway. Phone lines are open if you want to call in, and I hope that you do, because I got a couple of videos to play. Then we're going to get to the bullshit. Oh, the bullshit. Anybody from Canada want to call in? PP Poo Poo Man. Is he a hero? Anybody ever heard of PP Poo Poo Man? Is this nigga a freedom fighter? Is he a hero? PP Poo Poo Man. Some black guy up in Canada back in 2019. He would put on uniforms, pretending to be some type of delivery person, and throw hot shit on people. Now they caught up with him, they arrested him, and he lay low for a couple of years. Supposedly he's back now. PP Poo Poo Man. Yes, no? Somebody says, really? So, yes, nigga, really. I'm about to play the video. Anybody from Canada? Frankie G. Who else calls it from Canada, guys? Oh, my God. Oh, my. Okay, hold on. Let me just get to the video first so we can get the show started. Guys, sit tight in the phone queue. People hating on young people. Celebrating, huh? I'm not going to let you just tear down black culture. Where is that where they do all the celebrating for the black funerals? Is that New Orleans? New Orleans. They bring out the trombones and the trumpets and get to dancing and... Hold on a second. Here we go.
Videos on social media all over the top dance celebrations during some high schools graduations. Some say they are getting out of control and creating distractions, which is why EBR school officials created a task force to discuss possible new guidelines governing dancing during graduation ceremonies. This conversation comes just 1 week after graduation was cut short at McKinley High School because of these types of celebrations. News Leah Williams reports.
Videos like this one.
Look at that,
showing Baton Rouge high school students dancing around the stage at graduation have gone viral, racking up millions of views on social media.
If I were graduating tomorrow, I would be in one of those videos too, dancing like anybody else.
At McKinley High School's graduation,
you're about to have graduation ended.
School officials cut the ceremony short when several students started dancing with their diplomas. As a result, students never got the chance to turn their tassels, a symbolic moment marking their transition from student to graduate.
Parents, you can return to your vehicles. Students, graduation is over.
Some people I spoke to agree that the principal's actions were justified, saying this type of dancing can take away from the ceremony and become disruptive.
I get it, the kids want to have fun, but maybe they should have a little dance for them after. I think they get a little too wild.
Other people took a different view, saying these kind of celebrations are part of Baton Rouge culture.
People who live here know this.
For me, this is an awesome thing because I didn't graduate. For them to walk across there and to be excited about it.
Superintendent Lamont Cole announced this morning on WBRZ's Tune
Pay attention to this hating, this old hating nigga.
In morning show that he wants to create a task force to study the issue and find balance between the 2 points of view.
Convene some conversations with community members on both sides of the argument.
Carletta Powell,
There's a time and place.
says the district should consider building a celebration into the program itself, giving students time to dance after officials hand out diplomas.
They are able to turn their tassels and
Stop right there. Let's just focus on High Yellow Mammy for a second, huh? The hairdo is top tier. She got the little, what do you call the thing in the ear? What do you call that there? The earbud. She's moving, shaking, and popping so much she got the earbud in. And are those glasses Barney's? What stunting?
then we do allow them to do their stroll. So I think it was put in the process. I think it's definitely can be implemented.
Superintendent Cole hopes to bring people together and resolve this issue before next year's EBR graduations. In Baton Rouge, Leah Williams, WBRZ News 2.
Okay. Phone lines are open. Who's that on the screen there? Is that Lord Stryker? What's up, man? He's a member. I'm tired of nigglets making the rest of us look bad. Who's us, sir? Are you FBA? Are you a Moor? Are you a Pan-African supporter? Who's us, sir, respectfully? Who's us? Area code 720. Good afternoon, please. Watch the language.
Star.
Are you there? Good afternoon.
I think something might be wrong with your phone service. Maybe I'll just hang up and call back in.
Can you hear me now, sir? Good afternoon.
Yeah.
Hey.
Stars. Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown.
There
How
we
are you,
go.
man?
Good. How's it going, boss?
What's going on, man?
Good. So I'll keep it quick. So I did see both of the videos. Thank you for playing both of those. So the first one I'll speak on is the graduation celebrations. So first, let me say congratulations to the graduates. I don't want this to be, taken away from, what they've accomplished. So I just want to be clear about that. Congratulations to all of them. They put the hard work in, and anybody who has graduated knows, what it takes to graduate. So, shout out,
we're not doing shout outs. I need you to just get to the topic without all the shout outs. Come on. Let's go.
Gotcha.
Charlie Brown, let's go.
My apologies. So essentially what I'm saying is, unfortunately with the Black community, they're not used to graduating. So therefore they celebrate at a high level. Now, if you look at other generations, so if you look at other, and I'm being serious, they're not used to it. Like somebody who does something often or they're used to it, they're not really celebrating and, because it's something that they're used to doing. So unfortunately for the Black community, that's not a normality for, our youth to graduate college and move on and keep, continuing their education and graduate.
Charlie Brown, I have to jump in. Are you yourself a college graduate? I am not. Are you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
okay.
I am. And
there's data over the last couple of years. Hold on a second. There's data that says Black women are the highest educated in America. So I would have to give you a little pushback when you saying they're not used to graduating. We're talking about predominantly HBCUs. So you're saying that they're not used to this, so their actions should not be held accountable? I mean, not that you have to agree with me. I want to discuss this. Come on.
Right. And so I don't agree with you, Star, and I am going to push back on you with this one. So what I'm saying essentially is that, you know, like when you it's something when you do something that you didn't expect, when people didn't expect you to do it, or it's just not something that's, you know, prevalent for you. And I want to push back on the Black women with the highest graduation because they're the highest enrolled.
Okay.
They don't have the highest degree. So that's the biggest misconception and misinformation out here.
Go ahead. Just
because you're enrolled, that doesn't mean that you're actually graduating. So then that goes to the Asians. So the Asian women are the ones who have the highest graduation rate. But essentially what I'm saying is that, you know, they're not used to it. So when let's say if you play like in a sport or something, when you're used to winning titles and championships or something like that, there's only so much celebrating you're going to do. But essentially you're like, okay, I want to go back and I want to get another one. You're not going to sit here and like some players, they get a ring and then they want to retire because they think they'll never get it again. So that's the thing with certain people is that they don't think they're not used to it. They don't think it should have happened to them. Okay. So therefore they're extremely excited about it because it's not a normality for them.
So right to the question, Charlie Brown, is this unbearable? Is this out of control? Or do you just accept it as Black culture and it's not that serious? Go ahead.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and if I had to pick a side, I would just accept it. But I do want, more of the Black community to let their children know that we expect you to graduate. So you shouldn't be getting, we have high expectations for you. And the reason why is we don't have high expectations for our youth. Therefore, they're letting this slide because we don't have high expectations. You look at other cultures, Asian cultures, they expect their children to do the best. They're not going to be in there jumping around and flipping because they expect their children.
Charlie Brown, can I jump in for a second? I appreciate the call. Asians, last time I checked in, let's say, Japan, have the highest rate of suicide. So you're right. They expect them to graduate, but the pressure is so intense to the point where seppuku, which is that's just one of the terms for a suicide. Seppuku became such a thing in the 90s. I forget what year. They had to put a law into place. If you jump on the train tracks to kill yourself because you did not reach the expectations of your family, the state or the government has the right to sue your family. Stop jumping on the train tracks and slowing down production. Go home and kill yourself. So I hear what you're saying, but I want to focus on Black people, males, females, and not necessarily hold them to the same standard as other groups. And let me read something to you, and then you can I'll give you the last word. According to News One, the statement "Black women are the most educated" refers to a well-documented achievement gap within the United States. Black women are consistently the most educated demographic group internally. And then it goes on to list other factors. So, but you have the last word. I appreciate the call. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at there. Star, I appreciate your input. And I appreciate everything that you said, and I hope you have a great show, okay?
Thank you, man. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
All right, you don't have to agree with me. Hey, Deeds, guys, my show producer, Deeds, is in the live chat. If anybody is a sponsor, you should have a wrench to promote your platform in the live chat. Hey, Tiffany. Oh, Tiffany, when can you call in? Timestamp. Tiffany does not agree with me, and I welcome her, talking about, I think her email said she would not accept this. Okay. Let's get back to the phone lines here. And I got more videos to play. Area code 347. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. 347.
Hey. Peace, Star. What's good? Left-handed in the building.
Left-handed, how are you, man? What's cracking?
I'm chilling, man. I'm here doing my 1-2s and all that.
Okay.
And I would say I'm here in a highly successful position, and I like to call it a career.
Okay.
Because I did not slip out and bug out and act crazy when I walked across the stage.
Okay.
But I did at the party. So my thing is, in my opinion, is, you're entitled to do what you want to do, celebrate it how you want to celebrate it. But there's a word called decorum,
okay,
right? And you want to show at least a little bit of decorum because you still belong. You're still a student, right? Until you flip your tassel, now it's over, right? Everybody can't do a 3-minute, 2-minute, 5-minute dance because then you'll be there for 3 days waiting for your class to finish graduating. So for me, I just think that you went through 4 years, the hard work,
right,
the papers, the study, and the sacrifice. Like that. Another 10, 15, 20 minutes, another 2 hours won't kill you because your graduation party is happening after the graduation, and you can do whatever you want to do.
Okay.
And that's just my point. I'm not against them, the kids having fun and showing themselves and things of that nature, but there's a moment for it. You know what I'm saying? And again, they got to show that to their kids 5 or 10 years down the line. This is when I graduated. This is what I did. You know what I mean? And then does that become the normal now? Instead of just walking across the stage, shaking a hand. Oh, because even when I graduated in high school, we blew bubbles, and while the speakers were talking, we was blowing bubbles, and we was blowing trees down and all that. I mean, again, I get it. So I'm not saying, oh no, I don't do it. But there's a certain level of it. Because
can I jump in for a second, left-handed?
Come on.
Now, with all due respect, you graduated. I salute you. I dropped out of high school. My parents had the money. I chose a different path. Might you be somewhat of a hypocrite? Because if we look at BET Uncut back in the days, oh shit. One of the most celebrated, most viewed shows on BET. Huh? They were backing that thing up, dropping down, getting the eagle on, all sorts of jazz. And that was that young generation. We liked it. Or maybe, that wasn't graduation. No, Star, that was totally different. What do you think?
Star, that was, again, like I'm a little older, right? So the BET and all of that, they came after.
Okay.
So
all right.
We had already done what we did. But I didn't think it would get so much where it's kind of the scales have totally just flipped so much where it's like now you call your name, the student gets their diploma, now it turns into a 3-minute, Soul Train line. Okay. Everybody's got a Soul Train line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's bugged out to me because it's a ceremony, right? And as a ceremony, you're supposed to have I'm going to say that word again, a certain amount of decorum.
Okay.
Right? People get, they come to see you, they come to hear your name be called and things of that nature. You walk across the stage and you acknowledge your people, right? And then you go to your graduation.
Well, hang on a second, left hand. Now you're from Brooklyn, born and raised, but didn't you go to a white college? Didn't you say you went to a white college?
I went to Iona and I went to Berkeley. And what's the point? Because I graduated twice. What's the point? Come on, let's get it. We can talk. Let's go.
No. Hey, no. I salute you for graduating. But I'm saying, but hang on. But you didn't go to an HBCU where 75 or 80% of the girls look like Destiny's Child. So you were there with the flat ass, the string.
Oh man!
Hang on.
Go ahead.
The stringy hair Becky's, the ones I went to elementary school and high school with. You didn't go to college with black women.
I wouldn't say all right. It was definitely black women at the schools and in the classes. Right. Absolutely. So again, I'm not going. You know what I mean? Again, we can have that conversation. But the point being, those stars, man, should they do it? By all means.
More decorum.
You have to deal with you have to deal with the repercussions and the things that happen after. You know what I mean? Okay. They shouldn't even be able to say that they're going to hold your diploma or take your diploma away from you. Are you serious?
Okay.
That's the point. I
got to take other calls, man. But listen, before you go, Knicks in 4. I'm calling it. They're going to sweep the Spurs. You say Knicks in 5 or 6? I forget.
I said Knicks in 6.
Okay. Salute.
And we'll talk about it.
Salute,
man. Appreciate you. Peace.
This is my guy, left-handed. Troll Baby 919. That's a whole fact. Pee popping. Folks, in the community section where you see the tab that says post, click on that. You'll see the receipt. Troy Terrain, appointed National Director, Virgin Records, 1990. I don't just talk it, I walk it. I've been all through HBCUs. Any black college, because I was at Virgin Records for a year and a half, then I went on to another bigger platform. Any black college university, that had a radio station, even if it was just broadcasted within the dorms, I went there. So I can't just say, oh, this has gotta stop. No, it's what they do. Anybody want to call in and break down those sororities and the fraternities and all that dancing? Sheesh. One more call, and then I got to get back to a video about pee poo poo man. Area code 216. Please watch the language. Good afternoon. Are you there? 216.
Hey, good afternoon, Star. Hey, good afternoon, Star. Thank you for taking my call.
Yes, sir. Who's this?
Hey, I wanted to comment really quick about the graduation ceremony. Look, I'm proud of those kids, number one. Number two, it seems like the dominant society has a problem with black people always celebrating. They don't have a problem when those bum Knicks won and all those fans is outside the arena, when these colleges, these white colleges win championships or whatever. These people flipping cars over, burning trash cans, destroying police cars or whatever. But they got something to say when a black man or woman cross the stage and want to do a dance. That's our people. You know, if we can't celebrate a win, we celebrate everything else. They proud of us celebrating all the debauchery or something else, but we can't celebrate a win or a kid graduating and accomplishing something. That's the time to do it. And anybody,
are you a father, sir?
They claim to be.
Are you a father?
No, sir.
No.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, I'm a college graduate.
So, Lou, listen, no, I'm not a father, but I can't just be on some hypocrite shit because I'm older. Say, yo, this is embarrassing. They've been doing that for decades. Have you ever been to any type of black college celebration or one of those step shows? Oh my God, a step show. You ever seen a step show?
Yes, sir. Yes. Woo. And you know, I was down in Savannah, Georgia, a few years back, and I saw one for the first time, man. And man, it was beautiful. I'm like, you can't go to any other type of college in America, not that I know of, and see that type of, and not only entertainment, but talent. These women, the women in the step shows and these halftime shows at the HBCUs and the bands, they have seriously great talent, and you know, it's not appreciated. And I think these celebrations as well, it's time for the parents that, you know, if these kids don't have anything else to give to their parents at that moment, you know, celebrate, dance, because I believe that has to be a shining moment for a parent to say, my child has accomplished this feat.
Let me put this on the table also. You see, anytime black women are dancing, gyrating their bodies, white women are the biggest haters. You see, we often hear stories about black men being lynched for possibly saying something to a white woman throughout our history. Do you know how many black women have been put in jail or beaten down by mobs because a white man was caught looking at a black woman? Do you know that in our history?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So just want to say that. So, hey, before you go, Pee Poo Poo Man from Toronto. You ever heard of him?
Only from you, but no, not. I have no history.
He might be a freedom fighter, but hey, I appreciate the call.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Saint Leia.
It's a fact for black energy. Not a black guy, man. I love it. I love it. Phone lines are open. Hang on a second. Juice, I got your donation via Cash App. Thank you, sir. Okay. What was your favorite part of the Diddy sex tape? So I didn't see that trash and don't want to. I'm not interested. You want to call in and talk about it? I appreciate your donation. I don't want to see Diddy and somebody's baby mama. Thank you for the donation, sir. Every black man is not running to do something that's just low grade, but thank you for the donation. Area code 215. Good afternoon, please. Watch the language. You there? 215.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Peace, star, peace.
Hey. So you're on a headset. We can't hear you. Can you please make the adjustments?
My bad. Can you hear me, sir?
There you go. Yes, sir. Where do you want to start?
My bad. Yeah, I just want to be objective. I ain't going to be long-winded or whatnot.
Come on.
But at the end of the day, I think those kids do have a right to celebrate and show out how they want to show out. This is the reason why. A lot of these schools, the degrees are being paid for under the table, the payola for these degrees, the fraternizing with the faculty and things. Like half of these schools is a mess. And you worrying about me dancing at my graduation? Right. Are we serious right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to flip out. Yes. So very, very appropriate for those kids to to be elated and things of that nature. But that doesn't get highlighted.
Yeah. Are you a parent, sir? You a parent?
Oh, I am. Yeah. I have 3 children, 2 graduates and 1 still in high school.
Nice.
Absolutely. Yeah. But again, I ain't gonna be long-winded or whatnot.
No. Well, stay with me. I'm not looking for people to agree with me. Maybe I got it wrong. Maybe I'm just old. Maybe I'm old.
No, you don't have it. No, you don't have it wrong. That's just your perspective. But my thing is, with all of this stuff that goes on with these colleges, the funds being mishandled, the degrees are being paid for, and these kids are getting it the honest way, and they don't have a right to be elated.
Right.
Man, get out of here.
Did you graduate from college, sir? Did you graduate?
No, actually, I basically worked my way up through a banking system, so I work at a bank.
But you put your babies through college. I salute you. Put your babies through college.
Absolutely.
Sir, have you heard of Pee Poo Poo Man? I got another video I want to play. I think he might be some type of...
No, but I'm in here dying, man. He's throwing hot poop at Vic. That is wild. It has to be in Canada because in America, you probably get shot.
It's in Canada.
Yeah, that has to be in Canada because in America, throwing hot piss or poop on people, you probably asking for.
He's only throwing it on white people. That's why I say he might be a freedom fighter, but I appreciate the call.
Oh, let him go for it. Yeah, he's definitely
Salute.
Hey, he's definitely a freedom fighter. Facts.
Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank
you.
Yes,
sir. Peace.
Let me go to area code 810. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. We're talking about graduation celebrations, high school, colleges, primarily black people. Are they doing too much? 810.
Hey, Star. Good afternoon.
Hey.
No, I do not feel like they're doing too much. You know what? I feel like when you graduate high school, you feel giddy. You feel excited.
I wouldn't know.
I make it fun. No. Oh, well, okay. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I'm just saying. You did just say that, but I'm just saying when you graduate, that's how you feel. So I don't see nothing wrong with these kids doing this, and especially like in southern states. This is what they do. Just like in Louisiana, Florida, they do this. So I don't see anything wrong with it. Now, I will say this. I had a baby in high school.
Okay.
Now, if I had the confidence that I have now, I would have had my baby walking across the stage with my baby on my hip.
You go,
just
girl.
like Taraji P.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I back then it was just taboo, in my community, because, most people, they was, in the 90s and, early 2000s, still, things were still a little bit more conservative.
Yeah.
So, you couldn't, if you in a Black community and all your parents are like teachers or they work at GM or, General Motors, and you want to, and you already have a baby in high school back then, it was like, okay, you was frowned upon.
Right.
So.
Meanwhile, you had that old dirty Dago Trash came out with the song, Papa, I'm keeping my baby. Right? Remember her?
She's from Michigan. Come on.
Dirty Dago Trash. But hang on a second. The point I'm trying to make is, you're right. Uh-huh. You as a Black woman, you didn't want to get up on the stage with your baby in your belly, which, you should have done.
No, on my hip.
Oh, okay, on your hip. Pardon me. But here you got the white girl coming out. I'm keeping my baby, and she was celebrated, right or wrong?
Right. And that's what I'm saying, and I admire people like that who know who they are young, so I don't see anything wrong with it. I kudos to them.
Yeah. Okay. Any children or grandchildren graduating yourself?
No, but I did just have a grandbaby. She's 9 months, but my son didn't graduate high school. He a trucker now. Okay. And, with his high school, we were in the suburbs then. So his high school graduation, he mostly went to school with white kids. And so they didn't do all of that. It was just very kind of how my high school was back in 2002. So. Well,
I grew up in New Jersey. Maybe you don't know my history. Born in 1964, raised in the 1970s in the beautiful suburbs, upper middle class.
Mm-hmm.
When I, again, got the job, Virgin Records 1990, and I was, that was my job, to go to the HBCUs. You can look in the community section. You'll see the story. I produced a receipt. It was beautiful for me to experience all this Blackness.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have that growing up in the 1970s. I mean, I had some family we went to visit from time to time, but it wasn't the same. Here I am moving, shaking, and popping, and it was a beautiful thing. You understand? What year did you graduate high school, if I can ask?
I graduated high school in 2002.
Okay, so you're still very young. I said it respect.
And I will say too, I want to comment, so even 2002, my cousin, we had an incident when my cousin graduated. I guess he was messing with somebody's girl, and they was coming there to jump him at a graduation. So I've been through that too, where people act fools. So let me say this: if you see an op and where you see that person, and when that person had that impulse and when they want to beat you up, it is what it is. It's going to happen wherever you at. So I don't see, if people fight at graduations, it happens. You know what I mean? I mean, if I see somebody, I get that impulse, it is what it is.
Okay.
At a graduation, people fight at church. So
nobody does more shooting, stabbing, and killing at weddings and funerals than them goddamn cholos. Never mind Black people. Them cholos get the spray in the whole goddamn the front of the funeral home.
And this happens in Chicago as well.
Yeah.
This happens in Chicago as well. Actually, my aunt, she passed away. They had her funeral. They was mad at her son. They shot at her funeral in Southside Chicago. This is true.
Sorry to hear that. I appreciate the call, darling. And PP.
Yep, thank you.
PP Poo Poo Man. Google him. See what you can find. All right.
Right now or what?
Well, whenever you get time, I'm gonna play another video about this man. Thank you, darling.
Yeah, I'll talk. Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Bye now. Okay. This video came out 6 years ago. Anybody from Canada want to give us an update? This nigga's real. This ain't no goddamn cartoon character. Here we go.
Let's bring you more on that story in Toronto. It is not one I can ever remember discussing, Michael. It is rare. It is most disturbing. Michael Serapia with more detail on what Toronto police are now investigating.
Yeah, and we should say you've already mentioned it once, but the subject matter is stomach turning no matter what time of day we're talking about this. But the latest incident in terms of a feces attack did happen late last night in Toronto. You're looking right now at a photo of the cleanup that's happening near the intersection of University Avenue and College Street, just south of the U of T. And this is around also the Ontario legislature. It happened just before midnight. The suspect dumping feces on a woman. A Home Depot bucket that was carrying the disgusting matter was left at scene, and police are now looking for a suspect. This is a description: a black male, said to be in his 30s, tall with a medium build. He was wearing a yellow construction hat, blue shirt, and gloves. Last night's attack following 2 earlier incidents. The first one taking place last Friday in the cafeteria section of the Robarts Library at the University of Toronto. As you said, Heather, the downtown campus of U of T. Fecal matter thrown on a student there. Witnesses saying the perpetrator ran away laughing after the attack. Take a listen to what one witness had to say.
Everyone was stunned first, and then we wanted to make sure if the guy was okay. But then the smell hit around 1 or 2 minutes after. And then everyone was just trying to leave because the smell is really, really unbearable. If you've ever been to one of those construction sites, the mobile bathrooms in there, it's like that. It's like a very concentrated foul smell.
And then on Sunday at the Scott Library at York University, another attack involving a student and another bucket filled with what has been described as liquefied fecal matter. Now, police did release photos of the suspect in that case. The question right now, is this the same?
There he is right there. Okay. Now, he was arrested back in 2019. And he just got arrested again last month. Anybody from Canada? Is he a freedom fighter? He only throws hot fecal matter and urine on white people. Let me finish up, and then we'll get back to the phone lines.
Suspect involved in last night's attack. Is this the same suspect involved in all 3 incidents? At last word, Toronto police are right now looking into links between the 2 earlier attacks. We're now reaching out to Toronto police. We've been trying to get them all morning to see if they are trying to link this third one to the others. Certainly there are similarities between these attacks, but all of them happening around university campuses in Toronto in the last few days or so.
This is not just a disgusting prank. This is something with dangerous health risks attached to it, Michael.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, because you were talking to Dr. Gupta in the last hour, we turned to Dr. Samir Gupta ourselves in the commercial break and asked him about the risk. And he said there are risks. When you talk about fecal matter, you're talking about 80% by weight of bacteria. Take a listen to what more he had to say.
Well, the obvious concern is infection, particularly, for example, if it gets into the eyes, it can cause a local infection in the eyes. If it gets onto an open wound, that can be very dangerous. If those bacteria find their way into the bloodstream, that can cause a very serious infection. And importantly, it's not only bacteria, but if somebody is sick and their feces has, for example, parasites in it or sometimes viruses in it, if that gets into the mouth and gets into the person's digestive tract, that's how many of these organisms are spread.
So you heard it right there. Parasites, bacteria, any number of vectors of infection. So it really does underline the seriousness of this crime and another aspect to these assaults.
All right. We'll be back in contact with Toronto police to see if there are any advances in their investigation. Michael, thank you very much.
Area code 770. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. PP Poo Poo Man. You ever heard of him?
What's going on, sir? Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm going to get short. I'm going to be short and straight to the point.
Come on.
I like you. My kids like you. We've been listening to you for a long time.
Sir, no one cares. Please get to the topic. The topic, man.
All I'm going to say is stop giving my girl your number, sir.
Oh, okay.
You got,
sir, is she trying to sell her ass? Because, sir, if she's trying to sell her ass, I am here to assist her. Are you getting to the topic? No, sir, the topic. Don't call me trying to interrupt the show being goofy. The topic, yes, no? I don't hang up on people. The topic.
I said what I...
Let's get him out of here, bitch ass nigga. Goofy. You sat on hold for 20 minutes just to say that? Fuck, nigga. Tiffany, are you calling in? What's going on with Tiffany? She sent me some type of update. Okay. Yes, Tiffany. I know about the new charges. Samuel Opoku, that's his name. PP Poo Poo Man. If anybody wants to Google, let me put the link in the. Thank you, Tiffany. Yeah, I want to talk about him throwing hot shit on people. The new charges are something with regards to alleged sexual assault. I want to talk about what he did in 2019 and, how people feel about that. Area code 443. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. We're talking about the graduation celebrations and your thoughts. Are you there? 443.
Star, what's going on, man?
How are you, sir? Where do you want to start?
I disagree with all that dancing and being the center of attention.
Come on.
With the graduations, you know.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean, they have graduation parties after the graduation. You can go ahead and show your ass then during a party.
Okay.
Not during a graduation.
Okay.
You know, we don't need to have kids dictating to pretty much adults what they're going to do. We are the adults, so we just let them know how to behave in public.
Okay.
That's my opinion. I'm not saying you can't get up there and throw your hands up and just keep it moving, but we can't have every child get up on stage, get a diploma, and do a little 3-minute celebration. That's too much.
I'm listening. You have the floor, sir. I'm listening.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. The PP.
Well, hang on, sir. Stay with me. Are you a father? Did you yourself graduate from college? Who am I speaking to?
No, I graduated from high school.
Are you a father?
No.
Are you a father?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Are you and I honestly qualified to discuss what graduates should and shouldn't do? Seriously. Are you qualified?
Yeah.
Am I qualified? Why? You didn't graduate, nor did I.
No, I graduated high school, but not college.
Okay. Why didn't you make it to college? You couldn't get a scholarship? Your parents didn't have the money? What was your excuse?
My excuse is I didn't like school, so I didn't go.
You're a liar. Sir. Please stop laughing. I don't want to talk to niggas giggling. Why didn't you get a scholarship? Seriously, were you not qualified to get a scholarship?
Oh, no, I wasn't.
My parents had the money, and my mother said, you need to go to college. We've got the money. And my father kept it real. He said, you're a C student at best. You're not going to get a scholarship, but we got the money. I chose a different path. But now to the young people who do apply themselves, they focus and they, whatever the preparation that they do now for a graduation, for those finals, you don't find that enough of a reason to celebrate and take the hair down and I don't give a fuck. That's not enough reason.
That is a reason, but I still disagree with it.
Okay. You have the last word. Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
So that's pretty much it. I mean, I disagree. I think they should just get that diploma, keep it moving.
Keep moving.
Have a great graduation party like so many other people do. And they can
act more like white folk.
Graduation party.
Act more like white folk. Yes? Yes, no?
No, I think it's yes. I don't think it's just white folk. I just think it's how it is in America. And I'm fine with.
Stop being so rambunctious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Yep.
You want to talk about pee poo poo man? Is he a hero? throwing buckets of hot shit and piss on white folk up in Canada.
Man, I don't care about that nasty stuff, man.
Okay. I appreciate the call, man. Salute.
All right. See.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Who the fuck am I to say these kids shouldn't be doing the boogaloo and the jitterbug if you get a goddamn degree? If I would have went to college and got a college degree, boy, in the words of O.J. Simpson, look out. I'd have got 2 8 balls and disappeared for 7 days. Blade, what's going on? Okay, Blade says, stop condoning the nigger shit. What did you send me, Blade? What is this? Okay. Oh, I love this video. Oh, this looked like one of my aunties from Durham back in the 70s. My auntie Samija. Loved her dearly. Hold on a second. Let me give this black woman some shine. I think her daughter or somebody graduated, didn't they? Folks, I'm being as serious as colon cancer. I'm not trying to just, troll here. Girl, you done graduated. Let's go, goddamn. Hey. Ow. Stop down. Get your eagle on. Hey. Ow. You better get it. You better get it. Hey. Area code 215. We're talking about graduation celebrations. Are they out of control? 215. Yes, no, maybe.
It's not only out of control, it's inappropriate.
Come on. Come on.
This is exactly why black people in the position they are in today. Black people view graduations as the celebration or the final destination. It's not. It's the start of a journey.
Okay.
See other cultures, how they act at graduations, especially Indians and Asians, who are currently at the top of the pyramid financially. How do they react?
What type of Indians? So East Indians, Native Indians? What type of Indians are you talking about?
I believe East Indians are not only have the highest graduation rate, but also income in America.
Okay.
How do they act at graduations? They're handshake, serious. It's a business. You just started your journey. You didn't do anything. Why are we celebrating the start of a journey? So it's not black or white. It's culture. It's class.
Okay.
The cultures that are winning view graduation as not a celebration. It's not the end of the marathon. It's the start of the marathon.
Okay.
So encouraging our children to do this, I understand it's fun, but it creates a mindset that you've accomplished something. No, you started something. You entered the race of life. Now what? Most of these kids that are graduating, they feel their life is over. They're going to be at the crib for the next 5 years, live with mom. Let's keep it real. That's the highlight.
Are you a father, sir? Are you a husband? Who am I speaking to?
Yep, both.
Okay.
And a college graduate.
Salute
and
to
a
you.
Black man.
Salute to
and
you.
a business owner.
Salute. So your beautiful babies, males, females, what do you have, sir?
Both.
Okay. And you've taught them to don't you dare act uncouth when you stroll for that degree. It's called a stroll, right? Called a stroll.
You haven't done anything. I'm going to hug you. We're going to cry after.
Right.
Personally, with my family, we will celebrate.
Yeah. Don't embarrass the family, goddamn, right?
Well, it's not about that. I'm trying to set the tone.
Okay.
You haven't done anything.
Come on.
You've now entered the race. Let's go. Let's get it. But what are you celebrating? This starts the race.
Hard work.
Let's celebrate.
Hard work.
Let's celebrate at home. Let's cry and hug at home. But you're not going to make a display that you've accomplished anything when you haven't.
Okay.
You've done what you're supposed to do.
I can respect everything you're saying. Now, with regards to the HBCUs, or maybe not an HBCU, do you think that some of the faculty at the HBCUs is a little too hard on the younger Black people? Maybe they should be a little bit more understanding, and maybe they should have designated areas because, Black people are very rhythmic. Would you not agree? Rhythmic.
That's for the prom, Star.
Okay.
This is graduation.
Okay.
What does rhythm have to do with graduation?
Okay.
Are we animals? We can't control ourselves? Like, why are we making concessions for black people? That's like, what are we special? Like, are we slow? We can't control ourselves at a public event where they need to make concessions for us?
Okay.
That's an insult. Like, what are we talking about here?
I appreciate everything you're saying. I'm going to let you land your plane. Do we make concessions, as you just said, for males who pretend to be females? Do we make concessions for them, allowing them to go into bathrooms when they know good and goddamn well they're not going in there to wipe a vagina? They're going in there to shake a pole. Do we make concessions for them?
Where I live, I don't know about that. I'm in the South. I have none of
nationwide, sir.
That.
Nationwide.
I mean, I don't want to make a political call, but I don't agree with that either.
Okay.
I mean, we got to stop catering to ignorance. Just because we have rhythm, that gives us the excuse to act a fool in public and to program our children into thinking that a high school graduation is the highlight of their lives. That creates a subconscious attitude that I did it already. I'm done.
Okay.
So I'm going home. I'm going to party for the summer. I'm going to smoke. I'm going to drink. I'm going to party. I'm going to go to the beach. I'm going to go to the bike week, beach week, this week. And I'm going to be at Mom's for the next 5 years. I did the thing.
Okay.
I'm done.
So I appreciate.
We got to stop programming our kids. Yeah. You have not done anything. Get to work.
Right. I appreciate this call and thank you for your insight. Salute.
Salute.
Yes, sir. I appreciate the call. I don't have the answer. You know? Boy, if I would have got myself a college degree, what the fuck? First thing I would have said was, boy, ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy. I'm going to see the Coke man right away. Hey, Tiffany, is that you tapping in 410? Timestamp Tiffany.
Hey, Star.
Hey, what do you want to start?
Hey, I was calling. You know, I feel like I'm gonna make the comparison. Don't you know where people say, "Hey, how was the funeral?"
Right.
Like, why should you even be asking that kind of question? What do you mean, how the funeral was? You know what I'm saying? We lifted this person up, whatever. You know, we celebrated their lives, but sometimes we can just be too performative. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. Maybe I'm feeling the way because of the constant, you know, capture of a smartphone. You know what I'm saying? Like before, if we had our cameras, you might have had, you know, your family had, you know, their snap cameras and stuff, and it was in that moment. Everything is just so performative. No, I don't want to see my child do all of that flipping across the stage because it is a time and place for everything. Okay. No,
I hear you loud and clear. No, and I appreciate your different perspective. I don't have kids, so maybe I'm just rambling, but you know, I have dated beautiful women, not just physically beautiful, but beautiful inside as well. And I've often been accused of spoiling the kids. I had 2 girlfriends that broke the relationship off with me because I wasn't firm or stern enough with their kids. So, you know.
Oh, no, not you.
Yeah, well, listen, I was a spoiled kid. So, I mean, I can't find myself trying to enforce, you know, rules and regulations. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, that's usually the case. I'm not throwing shade, but that's usually the case for people who don't really have children. And
you're right.
I'm not saying that you can't celebrate, you know what I mean? But there is a time and a place for everything. And if you want to get loose like that, all right, let's go. Your party we always turning up. We don't ever need a reason to not turn up. And I think that, yes, a graduation is something to be celebrated. It is another journey in your life. But like, I didn't agree with the guy who was talking about, we, possibly creating a task force. create a task force so that you can examine why these children are graduating and how we can keep them out of prison systems. You know, so that was a bit ridiculous. You know, what I'm saying?
Task force. That was crazy.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah. That was wild. But then the PP pool, what you said calling the PP pool?
Oh
man.
my goodness. Hold on a second. Let me get that back on the screen. He was arrested back. He was arrested back in 2019. The PP poo poo man. And listen, white folks jacked his whole swag. They made a movie, PP Poo Poo Man, a documentary. And listen, he wasn't slashing nobody or shooting nobody. He was just getting Home Depot buckets. And I guess he would just, use the bucket for a week or so, and then go around. You saw in one of the videos with the big Kool-Aid smile and throw the bucket on people.
I mean, if that's what he's doing the work, there's some people out here who deserve that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, instead of a bullet or getting stabbed up, I don't know. I would be disgusted or something like that happened to me, especially in a university while studying. But
stop right there.
He has his talk. Yeah.
Stop right there. That is the point I was trying to make. Would you rather get shot, stabbed, or have a hot bucket of shit thrown on you? I think I'd rather take.
You crazy.
I think I'd rather take a hollow point than have a hot bucket of shit.
Oh my God, that was the question that I was asking myself. Like, which one?
Right.
Oh man. Thank you for letting me get up on here. So
no. Tiffany, can you answer the question?
Yeah.
Would you rather get stabbed, shot, or a hot bucket of shit thrown on you? Respectfully.
I guess I get stabbed. I take a quick stab.
Yeah.
I take a pull.
So,
oh man.
So you're against the celebration by way of dancing and all that, bucking and clucking and doing the backflips. You're against it.
We probably already been sitting for like 2 hours. So all right, if they're gonna make it like this big ordeal, like at least give us some music, a little beat for them to rock out to. But you're just not going to just take up all that time flipping and carrying on. No, I don't want to see that. Let's go. Let's get away from here and get something to eat.
I just thought of something, and tell me if I'm thinking too much. I think what the HBCUs and other colleges should start doing is streaming the celebrations live, and have these areas where people can go and turn up and listen, collect money the same way. Bishop TD Jakes used to get all them goddamn donations. You ever watch TD Jakes when he was?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. That'd be dope. That's a good money maker. They definitely listen. It would be a whole
the Potter's house
streaming event.
The Potter's house.
It would be
what?
Because HBCUs, that's all they do is party. Like, they study. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it wrong. But HBCUs, it's turn up. And I always say, if you never experienced it, even if you just going for, to support somebody in your family or just to look at the experience through your kids' eyes, like, it's different.
Yeah. Tiffany, I so appreciate you and thank you for your support. Guys, this is timestamp. Tiffany, please go to the community section. There's a link to her YouTube channel. Have you posted any new videos, Tiffany?
I have posted in my timestamp, Tiffany. I post like little videos, but I'm gonna post next in my Doug Life about this duck that I rescued last week.
Okay. Thank you so much, Tiffany.
All right.
Bye now.
All right. Thanks for having me. Bye-bye.
Bye now. Oh, here we go. White boy Rory tapping in. On a Tuesday.
Yo. What's going on?
What's going on, man? Good to hear from you. Good afternoon. Watch the language, please. Language.
Of course. But of course.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, I've been enjoying the the black graduation videos. I think they're good.
Love it.
Love
it.
What's everybody talking about? This is embarrassing, and what they not embarrassing? What they're celebrating? You know, people need to have like more cultural sensitivity.
Yeah.
You know, like that's how black people. That's how they celebrate. You know, you want them to be more white or more like East Indians. Why they gotta do that? It's America.
Right.
You know, they can be whatever they want. They can celebrate how they want to celebrate. They don't have to be like white people. They have to be like, if grandma want to get up there and twerk and leave the concession and let grandma twerk.
It's a fact.
You know?
It's a fact. Yeah.
Right? Maybe mom didn't graduate from that high school, but she can still come down there and throw up her set and put her colors on, and her son graduated. If that's, you know,
I don't know where you're going now. I'm talking about just
we're celebrating the culture. I mean, it's, you know, you're celebrating the culture, right?
You're going someplace else. I'm talking about. Hang on, I'm talking about hard work, discipline, you know, and getting through those goddamn finals. That alone, to me, is a reason to celebrate. I didn't have the focus to go to college and do that. Did you go to college? I forget. I don't think you did, right?
Yeah, I went to some college.
Did you graduate?
Did I graduate? No, not from college. Okay. No, I took a trade. All right. So I didn't finish college. I did 2 years. And then I did a trade. I did an apprenticeship for 3.5.
You and I, hey. You and I didn't have the focus to go get that goddamn degree. Keep it real. We didn't have the focus.
No, I hear you.
Focus, yeah.
Come on. I think they have every right to celebrate the way they celebrate. It's harder for they go to crazy schools, a lot of them. You know, they're ducking a metal detector for 3 years. Didn't get caught with the blicky. You know, no teen pregnancy. Was able to get through high school without teen pregnancy. You know, that's accomplishment. It's harder for FDA to graduate high school. You know. You could be ducking strays and drive-bys outside. You go to school in L.A., you go to school up in the South Bronx. You know, so why deny them their little bit of joy? You know, they're happy.
Why do you have to make it a stereotypical thing? Why can't you just say, hey, they worked hard and they deserve to celebrate? What do you got to talk about?
Well, I mean, it is black graduations. There is a difference between the way the black graduations are celebrated and attended, and the way other cultures' graduations are celebrated and attended, you know? But I don't think they should change that to try to fit like somebody else. Why do that? You know, like, why be mad at them because they're celebrating the way their culture celebrates? You know? If their cousin shows up with a poo shiesty, a couple of them have poo shiesties on, as long as they're, you know, so they're clapping and celebrating. You know?
Hey, before you go, Rory, you ever heard of PP Poo Poo Man from Canada? You heard of this guy?
Oh, come on, man. That's up in Canada?
Canada, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he might get away with that with them soft white boys like Frankie G and them up there in Canada.
Whoa.
You know damn well. Yeah, you know damn well. That would not fly over. That would not fly over here. My man be looking like some. He would not get away with that. You know, he wouldn't get away with that. He'd be looking like some strange fruit. Instead, he kept doing that. You know.
All right.
So no way.
Hey,
you know.
Tomorrow, game one, the Knicks versus the Spurs. Who you going with? The Knicks, of course. Knicks in 4, Knicks in 6. What's your prediction?
Oh, I say Knicks in 6. That's MD all day.
Okay.
I think Spurs might get 1 or 2. But I hope the Knicks win the first game, you know, because that'll set the tone. That's like getting the first punch in a fight. You know, you want to get that first punch in. You don't want to take the first punch. So, yeah, I you know, everybody over here is excited. You know, it's Knicks Year's Eve over here. Everybody's bugging. wearing their Knicks merchandise. I busted out my Strawberry sneakers. I cleaned them up. I got my got my Strawberries ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not playing. Got the old Strawberries. So, I don't know. I'll probably go down and have a couple of drinks and watch the game somewhere.
Okay.
They're having a lot of parties all over. You know what I mean?
Holler at
But yeah, salute.
Holler at CP from Knicks Fan TV. He's got the watch parties. Holler CP.
Right. He's hosting a party, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. Good.
Yeah, salute to all the mammies for graduating, for their kids graduating. I think it's cool. Something to celebrate, man. Something to celebrate.
Good to talk to you.
You know? All right, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Area code 313. Good afternoon. Please watch the language. Are you there? 313?
Yes, I am. Good afternoon.
Hey, who's this?
It's DeAndre.
Hey, man. Where do you want to start, sir?
I see y'all was talking about graduations earlier, and just a whole bunch of stuff going on today in society.
Are you a parent, sir? Are you a college or high school graduate?
Yes.
Who am I speaking to?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
My son graduated high school last year.
Nice.
And now he's in college.
So we're discussing the the media, the dominant society, and I guess social media as well. For the most part, they're saying that this is out of control, chaos, cooning, if you will. What are your thoughts? You're a father. What are your thoughts?
I mean, I'm not gonna be one to criticize, because if it's a part of the program, then that's what it is. If it's not a part of the program, then I have a problem with it. But the thing is, everybody has a problem with something when they're not doing it.
Okay.
So, and especially when it comes to black people, it's like, we only tolerate stuff, when other nationalities do things out of the ordinary. But when black people do normal things, we get the police called on us. We get criticized for.
But is all that booty shaking, dipping it low, and is that normal, or is that not the right time to be acting that rambunctious? I don't know. I have my own personal views, but you may know better than me. You said you're a parent.
Right.
You tell me. I could be totally wrong.
I'll go back to, what I've heard all my life. There's a time and a place for everything.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? There's a time when you go to church and you got to act a certain way. There's a time when you go to school, you got to act a certain way. Time when you go to work, you got to act a certain way. And depending on where you are, like a graduation, they aren't the same as when I graduated in 2002. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was expecting like a different world. Like, when they threw the caps up, I thought that was like crazy. Like, dang, everybody threw their caps up. We didn't do that. Ours was just normal ceremony, the valedictorian speaks or whatever, and then, get a couple people to talk, and then the graduation was over. We didn't, and then I went.
Did you go to college, you said, or you said your child graduated?
I went to the Marine Corps.
Okay.
My son.
Thank you for your service. You went to the Marine Corps. Okay.
Appreciate it.
Okay. So then you didn't really have to go through what they went through in order to get that degree. I mean, you went through a different type of training and discipline. I respect the hell out of that, but you didn't necessarily have to cram, as they say, for the finals and then wait and all that sort of jazz. You didn't do that.
No. Okay. No, I didn't do that. Yeah, so this what I will say.
Come on.
About the college graduates coming, because I see everybody got speeches and they talking about AI and people getting mad and they talking about this and they talking about that. People need to they need to build their rosters. People need to get their teams together, because a lot of us are acting out as individuals because we don't have anything that we know to fight for. And when you go out in the world and you're acting on your own accord, then you don't care what you do because you don't care that you got children depending on you. You don't care that you got a woman depending on you. You don't care that your family, your grandmother, friends, people that really value you. So you'll do things thinking that your consequences are your own consequences.
Okay.
But when you got people that you're fighting for, that's riding with you, that hold you,
people that depend on you,
people that depend on you, you're gonna act a totally different way because it's not that just yourself.
With that being said, if I can jump in, with that being said,
go ahead.
You're married?
Yes.
Okay. Please keep it real. There's times when your beautiful wife goes out and she's wearing a bonnet. You don't like it, but you bet not say something about it, right or wrong?
Right. Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
There's a time and a place for everything, but you better not criticize that goddamn bonnet or else you'll be in trouble. Okay, land your plane. Okay, land your plane.
Yep. So that's all I want to say. That's all I had.
I appreciate the call.
Yeah,
Thank you.
All right, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Aretha Franklin's sons are in court this week battling over the control of her estate and assets. The trial centers on 2 wills that were handwritten by the Queen of Soul and that were found months after determining whether a 2014 document found under sofa cushions in Franklin's home can be accepted as a valid will. 2 of her sons believe that it should be, but another son is defending the validity of a 2010 handwritten will found inside of a locked cabinet. Both documents were discovered in 2019, a year after her death. Reed Weisbord joins us now. He's a distinguished professor of law at Rutgers University. Reed, Aretha Franklin died 5 years ago. Let's begin with, why is this trial happening just now?
So a normal estate can take upwards of a year or more to wind its way through the probate process. That includes providing notice to interested parties, settling creditor claims, paying taxes, selling real estate that might have to be disposed of, and divvying up the estate among the beneficiaries. If you're putting on top of that a contest or litigation or a dispute among the beneficiaries, that adds to the dimension discovery, the necessity of taking depositions, acquiring evidence from both sides, and potentially also obtaining expert witnesses, in this case, probably handwriting experts, to determine the authenticity of the handwritten will.
Here's what I don't understand. I was just reading, of course, there's a 2014 will, there's a 2010 will. I mean, if we can call them will. The 2014 would obviously seem like the one that is valid, given that it's closer to her time of death. Why is that in question?
So my understanding is that both are handwritten wills. Some states allow a handwritten will that doesn't contain witness signatures to be valid if it is in the testator, the person who made the will's handwriting, and it is signed by the testator, and it's intended to be a will. And so there are 2 issues here that I see. One is, do we have a valid signature? My understanding is the 2010 document was signed on every page, notarized, whereas the 2014 document had a smiley face, and she also wrote her last name, Franklin. Is that latter 2014 smiley face plus Franklin signature? And did Ms. Franklin actually intend for either of these documents to be a will? If it wasn't actually intended to be the piece of paper that Aretha wanted to be as probated as her will, then it doesn't count.
I mean, so I get it. One is notarized.
Okay. I'm going to stop it right there. I think you've got the point. Let me bring in my sponsor. I see he's on the line. Okay. Area code 213. Is that just from www.legitpro.com?
Yes, sir. How's it going, Star?
Hey, man. Good to have you aboard. You sent me that video because we were discussing Aretha Franklin a couple of weeks ago. Tell people about your platform first, and then let's discuss that video, which I found to be very, very informative. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, my platform is leggedpro.com, and it's a platform that just comes out of my own experience dealing with probate. So it helps you organize all of your documents, all of your anything that's surrounding probate. So if you have a loved one that dies suddenly, or someone who's sick, this platform allows you to sort of organize that stuff. Because what you'll find when you start probate is there's nothing, and you're kind of on your own. You have to find a lawyer, and they can help you through the process. But this helps you and arms you kind of to take on a process that's really confusing and can be kind of overwhelming.
The Aretha Franklin situation, how did that pan out? Or is it still ongoing, or are they trying to work out things? Because what state was all that in where she had handwritten wills and wasn't necessarily making anybody the designated person to steer her estate? What state was that? Was it Michigan?
Yeah, I don't know what state that's in, and the most recent information I found is it's still kind of ongoing and up in the air. And that is kind of what happens. The gentleman in the video kind of put it greatly. Kind of, you have this long probate process, but if you add like confusion, like different versions of wills and that sort of stuff, that compounds that process and can just drag on forever. You brought me on a couple shows ago, and we were talking about Michael Jackson, and that had been going on 10 years. Prince, also the same thing. So that's kind of where Legged Pro can be this great tool, because it can kind of the process is kind of all over the place. You can condense that and get all of those documents in one area, and give you the best shot that you can, because you don't know what you're dealing with. Yeah, someone could die and there could be different versions of wills. Right. Somebody may have wrote a will trying to pretend to be a will. So, I'm not sure.
If I can jump in for a second, so I just Googled Aretha Franklin. Michigan was her home, Detroit for many, many years, also New York and Los Angeles. She resided in suburban Bloomfield Township until her passing in 2018. So with regards to your platform and, preparation, which is a hard thing to do sometimes with family members. My own experience, I've had to try and get people to buckle down and have the discussion about the inevitable. Everybody doesn't want to have that discussion, right? Everybody's like, oh, or some people like, oh, I don't want to discuss that. I don't want to talk about death. But the preparation needs to be, if you ask me, emphasized, because if you don't, then it becomes just a total mess after somebody passes, and then you wind up with fighting and feuding. Can you speak to that for a minute?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no one wants to talk about it, even regardless of kind of what generation people come from. What I've found, and even what I've been helping people with, friends and other family members that have lost people, is maybe not talking about the death aspect of it, but start understanding, like, if you have properties, go down and get the official deed document from the city. If these kind of things exist, like these assets, even cars and things like that, once you kind of centralize all of that stuff, then you can be ready for the inevitable. And that's really what Legged Pro is strong at. And you can kind of go at your own pace. You don't have to, talk about death specifically, but you can start to gather those assets so that you're ready if something does happen. You can just be, off to the running, especially if you're a young professional, you have a job, you have family, you don't have time to basically have another job of being a personal representative.
I know you're not a lawyer, so you can't necessarily give legal advice, but do you, within your consultations, do you find yourself, or have you ever spoken to anybody who may be dealing with a family member who has dementia or Alzheimer's? And that can be a very tricky situation. I never had to go through that personally. I had an auntie who was watching one of my homes in Stone Harbor, New Jersey, and we got a sense that she was slipping, and I was able to go up there a couple of years ago, and her daughter, took care of her. We relocated her, pardon me, and it wasn't, I'll just say respectfully, it wasn't a mess. But have you ever gone through that sometimes when, let's say, a person doesn't necessarily die, but they lose their faculties? How tricky is that?
Yeah. I mean, it's very tricky, even in my own personal experience dealing with, my mother who was in hospice. And, if you have an experience with hospice and kind of that process, that's kind of like the spot where they're like, the hospital can't help you, go somewhere comfortable where you can, live out the rest of your days. And, faculties kind of go within that. Yeah. And, that's where you're kind of called to be the voice of reason and kind of step in, where, your loved one that may have led the way your whole life, it's time for you to lead the way. I do think in this point in time and what I've found with like probate, we live in a great time. We have technology that can point you in the right direction. So when you are stepping up into that role, you can, you don't have to like discuss with the person, what's the status of the property. You can go down and, go to the city, do some research and kind of, do some detective work and kind of come up with those answers on your own. And that is really where this product, really helps. It allows you to kind of be that voice of reason, if you're talking to somebody who doesn't know what's going on. Maybe they're forgetting. Maybe they don't know how much debt. This helps you kind of maximize your capabilities with what you can do. Go downtown, get the raw records. Even going on the internet, a lot of times you can request records from the government. Leggett Pro allows you to be that voice of reason and step in. So that's my own experience, but it does happen. And that's where you do have to step up and kind of be the voice of reason where maybe that person was the voice of reason for you.
Okay. Guys, I'm talking to Just, and again, www.leggettpro.com. Anything else you want to say with regards to your platform, or do you have time for one more question?
Yeah, go for it. I mean, with the platform, it's better just to get ready, prepare, so that when something does happen, you're just aimed with the tools, and that's really what this platform is for.
I think I asked you this before. Do you do referrals? Because I had a situation 2018 where one of my aunts left her property to me, a beachfront property down in Cape May, New Jersey. Her son, before she died, he threatened to sue me. Now he did sue me, and she passed away, but she was of sound mind when she signed everything over to me, but he did sue me. He didn't get the property, but wow, was he pissed. Do you do anything by way of referrals like that where you can, guide someone through a situation before it happens? A lawsuit.
Yeah, I mean, as you said before too, I'm not a probate attorney and definitely don't take the spot of that.
Right.
I definitely, talk to people and kind of give them wisdom based on things that I've gone through. I'd like to kind of in the future kind of, work with some attorneys and kind of build out that, whole thing where I can refer somebody to a specific attorney that's kind of been vetted in the area, because probate really is about the county laws, the city laws, and that's what kind of changes depending on where someone's at. But I still kind of have my open consults. I did them for the month of May.
Nice.
I'm going to do it for the month of June, Leggett Pro /consult. And I can just give you, my bits of wisdom, and I've been able to help people out in my life. People have referred people to me, even if it's just like, hey, I don't know what's going on. How did you start? Even those conversations can help. So
just great to talk to you, man. Guys, www.leggettpro.com. Send me another video when you get time. Let's get you back on the line next week, man, and have this discussion again. I think it's beneficial.
Okay, perfect. Appreciate it,
Yes,
Star.
sir. Thank you.
All right, now.
It's one of my sponsors. Great website. Go there, check them out. Hey, Janet, what's going on? Good to hear from you. Tuesday. What did you send me from Africa? What is that about?
Well, I sent it because you're talking about the celebrations at the historical Black universities and colleges, right? Okay. Colleges and universities. But my whole thing is like when they graduate, it's in their DNA because most of the slaves that came here to America were from the West African. And if you look at the common core between the two, when you have coming of age ceremonies, they do. It's called the twerk over here. I don't know what it represents over there, but that's what they do. So I think it's in the DNA.
I disagree, but I hear you talking. Okay.
No, because listen, Star, like when we have people, right, and we graduate, and people say, well, why they do this and why they do that. Some of this stuff, just like if we go to the doctor, most Black people, when they go to the doctor, they say their vitamin D is low. They do, because, you get the vitamin.
Not me. Not me, but go ahead. I've never had cholesterol. Hang on. I never had cholesterol issues. I've never had, till this point, I've never had a hardened arteries, never had high blood pressure. Everybody who's Black in this country, you know this, they're not necessarily from Africa. I mean, in theory, as far as we know, by way of science, Homo sapiens came out of Africa in theory. But what about the foundational Black Americans that were already here? Well, are you saying that they're twerking or dropping down, getting the eagle on because of Africa?
Well, what I'm saying is this, right? If you look at all like Native Americans, Africans, anywhere like it's indigenous to Black people, because they're indigenous all over the world. They're all over the world. They're native to every land, okay? Because they were the first humans, all right? And until the Neanderthals and the Davidsons started raping them and R-wording them, and producing what we call now the Caucasian man. That's my belief, okay? So my whole thing is this. I believe that it's in the DNA, just like the vitamin D. For most Black people, they always seem to be short of it. Yeah. Because that's in our DNA. We're supposed to be exposed to a certain amount of sun so we could absorb, but we are not, because we're in the land that's not native. Those who have that. So
you're saying it's through the DNA. I mean, I can respect your opinion. I mean, but that whole graping thing, that's been debunked. And if we study human nature, you and I are old enough to know that, Mammy was giving it up sweet back in the days. Everybody wasn't graped. Mammy, hang on. Mammy made choices back in the day that she wanted a baby, light, bright, almost white with coolie hair. Even Angela Mayu said that. I remember her saying it. Do you know this? Angela Mayu said, hang on. Angela Mayu, I forget when she said, but she said, I think it was her first baby, I wanted the guy with the cutest guy with the nice hair. So Mammy,
I understand that.
Mammy was giving up sweet. Let's stop this whole the white man was graping Mammy. Please stop that.
Okay. What I'm saying is, I said the Neanderthals and the Davidsons, which if you look today, the scientific proof that the Caucasian has at least 2 to 5% Neanderthal blood, and then it's from the male, not the female. So that's proof. So that shows that they were intersex, but they were, forcibly doing so. And if you look at the story of Rome and Romulus, how Rome started, they tell you this. Right. They tell you this in the papers. So my whole thing is if just read it, you'll understand what I'm saying. But what I'm telling you is that the DNA carries. It's like, okay, let's.
Janet, can I ask you to hold on 1 second, because I see the Most High is on. I don't want to keep a hold. Peace, the Most High. You got a minute? Peace, the Most High.
Peace.
Yeah, I don't want to keep you on hold, man. Can you just stay there? I'm gonna leave you on the line with me and Janet because Janet likes to talk. Janet, back to you. You were saying.
I got you.
Janet, you were saying, please.
What I'm saying is, it remembers, like, if we go to a current event, when JC say that the branches forget, the trees forget, but the roots remember. Now, let's start, please.
No, Janet, I can't go back to Jay-Z. Please, we're talking about
not going back to
graduation celebrations. Are they spiraling? Janet, please, one at a time. Graduation celebrations, are they spiraling into chaos? I have to stay on topic. Please.
No, that's what I'm saying. What I was trying to say is the branches can't grow no farther than what the roots grow.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is that if our lands and our DNA is placed or come from either here or Africa or South America, whatever, they all have traditions, and all traditions have these dances to them. It's placed inside of our blood. The DNA remembers. So when these young girls and these young men, and they go and they graduate from college and they graduate from the HBCUs, they are.
Take your time.
And if they're at home with their tribes, they are going to celebrate. So nobody has any right to tell them how and how not to celebrate. Nobody could critique them or critique them on what they're doing. Now, if you want to get really technical,
Janet, can I jump in because I got the most high and others. I need to pace my calls.
But what I want to say is, nobody says anything. Listen, I was at Madison.
Janet, you're talking about Africa, and I can respect that. But I remember you saying that you are foundational Black American. There was only 388,000 slaves that made it to North America. Why are you giving Africa that much credit for, dancing that comes out of the South?
Well, see, Star, that's what I'm saying. You keep saying that number, but you don't go further with it. See, I like people to finish the statement. By time slavery at its height, America had more slaves inside of America than any other country or continent in the world. See, this is what I'm saying. People have to finish the sentence. People just they clip and put what they want out there, but they don't finish the sentence, and that's what people get miscrewed over of the information. You have to finish the sentence. You have to. You can't leave it hanging out there and say it was only 388,000. But at this year we had the.
Okay, Janet, I need you to slow down, please, because I have finished that sentence on many, many occasions. Let me give you my source, okay? According to PBS and historical shipping records, approximately 388,000 to 450, possibly, enslaved Africans were shipped or landed in North America. So I finished it again, but come on, I can't do the whole.
How many were bought from the islands? How many was bought from South America?
Janet,
how many was bought?
Janet, that's not my topic. Please. Finish up on the graduation celebration, please.
What I just want to say is these young Black men and women have a right to celebrate the way they want, and to them, if somebody has any problem with it, it's most likely these coons and whoever. Okay. But my whole thing is they have a right to do it because it's part of their ancestry. It's in their DNA.
We agree on that.
That's the only thing I'm saying. All right?
Great to talk to you, Janet. Thank you so much.
Okay, sir. Bye-bye.
I appreciate Janet. Yes, I do. Hold on a second now. Whew. Peace, the Most High. How are you, sir? Tuesday, early evening.
Star, peace, Lord.
Peace. How are you, man? Where do you want to start?
Everything good. I'm actually going to be real quick and brief with this.
Take your time.
Pause.
Take your time.
So, in terms of the graduation celebrations and all that, I was in the same vein in terms. My thought process was in the same vein as some of your other callers, and I guess other people who feel like practice your decorum and your contain your excitement and your exuberance or whatever the case is. I get it. People of different cultures might celebrate differently or whatever. And me personally, I kind of was when you showed that clip. Initially I thought the kid was doing too much, right? But then when you showed it the second time, I saw him throw some gang signs and whatever. So it kind of changed my mind.
Gotta rep the set.
So my thing is, right, if this kid really is from a gang infested area and he might be in a gang, you mean to tell me he overcame all that, focused, studied, did whatever he had to do to actually graduate? Yo, salute, young man.
Can I respond?
Do your 1-2. Yes, sir.
Can I respond? Listen, man, you and I both know you're a man of knowledge and wisdom. Sometimes you're just born into it and you got to rep it, you know. Hey, Serena Williams, huh? Got out there, one of them tennis matches. She started crip walking. Got to rep the set. Got to rep the set, goddammit me, if that's where you're from. So I'm not mad at that, but we're just talking about, or I'm asking, is it too much? Have we come to some type of pinnacle now where this traditional dancing celebration, if you will, does it need to be neutralized? I guess that's the overall question. Is it too much? Does it need to be neutralized?
I mean, it could be neutralized. I mean, like I said, it's not really for me. When I graduated, I was happy to graduate on time and all that.
Absolutely.
And I was happy, but I didn't do all type of craziness or whatever, but to each their own. We don't know, especially nowadays, we don't know what type of struggles and obstacles these young people that they're hindered by that might stop their growth and development, for lack of a better term, in today's world or whatever the case. So they might feel the need to oh snap, I did it. You know what I'm saying? Listen, that has to be a whole nother feeling that overcomes you when you actually accomplish something when the odds are against you, especially when you're young. So salute that, man. I don't think it's something that I don't think that everybody should be doing it. I think people should be who they are and not be extra, but I get it. And one thing I'm going to say too is that we just live in the world with an all-seeing eyes in your hand at all times. Right. So everybody's going to, the majority of people are going to be recorded anyway. And, people want to be seen, and not everybody wants to be seen, but some people do want to be seen. So I get it, but I'm not really with it 100%. But if you come from the bottom, you come from the struggle, and you want to celebrate when you actually accomplish something and the odds are against you in society, salute to you, man. Do your little touchdown dance, man. Salute, salute.
Great to talk to you. Salute.
Peace, God.
Peace.
you.